your ball in the trees and then you lip out the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us, 'cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Oh, wait, what
happens now? Pete's not here. What do we do?
What? Who does the
Where's
intro?
our saving grace?
Hello, and welcome to the Rough Cut Golf Podcast. This is episode 10. As you will notice something very odd about this setup. There is no Peter Finch, which I think it does feel a little bit weird. Now that we've hit record, it does feel odd.
He's missing. He is missing.
He is missing, yeah.
Do we know where he is?
No. Do you know? I've not been told.
He's playing in the snow somewhere, I heard.
30 mile an hour winds.
Yeah. Give someone that information. You go, where do you think he is playing 40 mile an hour winds in the snow? I don't think they'll be saying Arizona.
No, that's true. So, yes, Peter's in Arizona right now. What's he doing?
He is visiting PXG.
Ooh.
He is visiting Mr. Bob Parsons and the PXG team at Scottsdale
National.
Scottsdale National, that's it. Yeah,
Scottsdale
so
National.
we get a lot of comments of people saying, well, why don't you test PXG? Or, you know, similarly to we had with people saying, why don't you test the Wilson, the Wilson drivers and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Lots of people comment, PXG's affordable now, and maybe it wasn't so when it first came out, but like now it's much more affordable, and like lots of people are like in the comments, why didn't you? And so Pete got invited over there to review some stuff.
It's quite a niche fitting as well. It's like a £30,000.
Oh yeah, it's full out. Yeah,
it's like a exclusive, like very very exclusive.
It's gonna be good. And then he's taking, well, I don't know which clubs he's taking with him, because if you have seen on the old social medias, Pete's
is that long enough word that you had to like shorten it even more?
Sochi Meads, that's what I call it. As you've seen on social media, Pete's clubs and all of his clothes and some of the camera gear didn't make it all the way to Arizona. So I don't know what clubs he'll be playing with, but he's also going to go and play the Bad Little Nine.
Yeah, Bad Little Nine, which is apparently the most difficult golf course in the world.
Yeah,
it's a par 3 course, right?
Par 3 course. No one's ever broken par.
So
until now,
until Mr. Finch.
I think we'll hear a lot more about that next episode, won't we?
100%.
He'll talk about that a lot more, and I think that Bob Parsons is going to be on the.
Apparently so,
podcast.
Yeah.
He's coming on the podcast.
We're not actually going to be here in Manchester in Reddish, but he's going to
flying
be
in.
Yeah, he's going to be on apparently.
Oh wow, well that sounds good.
Just a little like.
So our first guest on the podcast is going to be Bob Parsons from PXG.
Yeah.
So that's a little sneak peek into next week's episode.
I'll take it.
I'll suffix all of this by saying Pete has not signed a deal with PXG. This is just a trip that he's been invited on for him to kind of see PXG clubs for the kind of probably the first time on the channel, really.
Yeah,
it might be.
We've hardly done anything. And like you say, they used to be so highly priced, where now they've kind of dropped themselves back into a direct consumer kind of market.
They've almost gone like the completely opposite direction, haven't they?
Yeah,
like,
it's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't actually think I've ever played golf with anyone who has PXG clubs in their bag.
No.
I see a lot of it on like on Golf Reddit. People are like, "Oh, I've got full set of PXG clubs," and you're like, "Well," which is awesome because it gets you out playing golf. But like, you're right. I don't think I've ever gone to the course.
I don't think I have. No.
Do you think it's more American like based?
Definitely.
Yeah, I was going to.
I think that's part of the reason that Pete said we hadn't reviewed them on the channel yet, is because they're just pretty hard to get here. Like it's pretty tough to maybe not so necessarily to get them shipped here, because of course you can just pay whatever and get them shipped, but like it's hard to get that stuff in the UK. So pretty exciting for Pete to be over there doing the big old fitting and the full experience, and having lunch with Bob Parsons, and then taking out his newly fitted clubs and trying to break par at the Bad Little Nine.
Yep.
Now, who was it, Jacob? I think it may have been you who looked up the Bad Little Nine, and that course looks ridiculous, doesn't it?
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's scary. That's what it is. It's so if you're not aware what the course is, it's a 9-hole par 3 course, and it's basically been designed not necessarily to make you want to tear your hair out, but it will make you do that, but also try and have fun at the same time.
Right, okay.
Which is a weird thing. You think of how you can be left on the golf course and you're like, I'm never playing this game again. Yeah. And that's what they've gone for. Something that's going to make you leave and go, I don't want to play
just
anymore.
Looking at he put up some tweets yesterday and I saw the course.
Yeah.
Like architecturally it looks
it's awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'll throw up a few photos here and we can have a look.
Yeah.
If you're watching.
It's a really cool looking course, and some of the shots you have to hit. I mean, you're landing it on a sixpence basically, and if you don't, then you're off. And the video I watched, I can't remember who it was now. Golf WRX. They had a conversation with Bob Parsons about it and the architects, and they basically just said like every course we went or every hole we went into was like, okay, well that course was they have to hit the green in a really tight area.
Yeah.
Now this one, what we're going to do is make them hit over something ridiculous, and then the next one we're going to make sure that they're going to have to hit into a bunker. Like you are not going to make a 3 if you do not go into that back bunker. Which is just like an absurd way to think about golf. But like,
mental.
I like the idea of the architects. Like we play a lot of like simi golf here in the studio. In fact, we set up to play 9 holes this morning, running through 6 of them. And I'm actually beating Kieran.
He is. Yeah.
I'm actually beating Kieran. We're playing straight up from the same tees, and I'm beating you by a little bit. We got 3 left.
Yeah.
But I do love that like course designers take into account the fact that most people are going to hit their drive to the right here. So I'm going to put a giant great big bunker there, or these trees are going to grow out into this area so that Kieran always ends up in them. Like they take that stuff into account, which I think is really, really good.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see like when he comes back on next episode just to talk about it. Like,
it's
just going to be mental. So
there's a debate as to whether we actually ask him when he arrives or whether we save that conversation for the podcast, because I imagine there's going to be some pretty crazy stuff. And the only other thing to say about it is that none of us are there to film it. So
that's true.
Whatever you're seeing, Pete shot on his own.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to wait until I edit it, or even if you edit it. Like I don't want to know. I want to like experience how he does as I work through it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
But I think he's got no tripod. He's got no he was going to get the drone up as well. He's got no drone.
It's going to be like what he comes back with. I'm a little bit worried.
It's like he's like our lost child, and we're like, no, he's got no pocket money. Yeah. He doesn't know where he is.
It's gonna be very rough cut.
Yeah, gonna be very rough cut.
Very
Lovely. And speaking of the rough cut, we are coming up to rapidly approaching 10,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is going to be a 10,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yep.
Now I tried to nail Pete down on what actually we would give away, and he said, clubs and gear and stuff, which makes sense. If you were one of the lucky, I don't know how many there's going to be, if you were one of the lucky people to receive a giveaway from this podcast for being one of the first 10,000, what would you like to receive?
Oh, wow.
I mean,
and let's be within reason. I'd like to play 19 rounds of golf with Tiger Woods.
I want Pete to dip into his pocket. So either
or just some cash.
Hit him where he hurts.
Either like a putter, like a nice putter, like a Scotty Cameron, or
Scotty would be good.
A driver potentially, full clove fitting maybe.
Okay,
I think a Scotty would be good.
Yeah,
just because with drivers and all that kind of stuff, you're getting more specky with how people might want to set it up. With a Scotty Cameron, unless it's just how it looks that you can argue about. But,
so there's going to be some giveaway stuff, which is very exciting.
Yeah, so make sure you subscribe, and if you
haven't already, get on it.
If you're listening, get over to the YouTube channel and get on there and subscribe. It really helps us out.
Yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, we do, if you didn't know, have a YouTube channel, so you can see our faces if you'd like. I don't recommend it. But,
I don't recommend it.
I recommend it.
Well, Nick loves himself, so
someone has to. So yes, there's lots of great stuff going on the YouTube as well. So if you're listening on Apple or Spotify or Google or Stitcher Smart Radio or something obscure like that, then come find us on YouTube. The Rough Cut Golf Podcast is on YouTube, and there is also 2 other channels. We run Swing Quest and we run the Peter Finch Golf channel. At the moment, on the main channel, we're having a little bit of a combination of very detailed reviews going on still.
Very detailed, yeah.
The Wilson Dynapower driver review, extremely well done. Well done, Jacob. Great work.
Thank you.
And lots of course vloggy stuff, because we've got the Best Golfer on YouTube series underway, running beautifully.
Very good as well, Mick.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
yeah,
that's why
he was waiting for that. He paused.
He did have a little gap, didn't he?
I actually just went to clear my throat and not do it into the camera.
I'll walk into that gap and commend you.
I will say there's a kind of like a theme of all these now, which is really cool. So if you're watching for the first time, and you sort of binge watch all of them, you'll get the same sort of thing. It's nice. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the trailer from the previous one to feel like the intro to the next.
Yes, love that.
So it feels like a bit of a journey.
Oh, it just
Love
flows.
Oh, it's
Like
lovely.
you say, you could sit and watch all of these in one go,
Yeah.
and they just go one into the other two.
Yeah.
So lots of great stuff happening on the Best Golfer on YouTube series.
Mm-hmm.
By the time this comes out, the Frederick Lindblom will be out.
Yep.
And
Next week will be Hannah.
Hannah Gregg.
Yep.
She's coming up. There's
Yep.
a couple of very, very stiff shots in that round as well. So
in both
Yeah.
Fred and also the Hannah one, which is coming up. So some actually really good golf.
Really
I
good.
know, like actually
Maybe the
some,
best of the year, I reckon.
Yeah, some really, really, really good golf, which is
We're doing a very
nice to
good
see.
job of going boy, girl at the minute, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
And we'll see how Pete gets on.
I was going to say we're likely to continue that trend as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? It's a tie currently. It's 1-1, isn't it? He
Yep,
lost to
1-1.
Carter. He managed to scrape a victory against Liv Cook. Liv Cook plays so well, so that was a really good match.
So it's 2-1 actually. As he's watching.
Oh,
this.
Lindblom's come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost to
So
Fred
it's
as well.
2-1.
Fred, we were talking about Fred and his game, and like it's just beautifully efficient.
Oh, it's so good.
Like he doesn't necessarily do anything like super fancy.
No.
Or like his the just fundamentals are just so good.
There's no like wasted movement in
Yes.
the swing. Like
Everything-
everything is very precise.
very
I love
efficient.
Bombs it as well. Like he
Yeah.
actually bombs it, and also has got like
Bombs it.
one of the
Great
best short
short
game.
game.
Yeah.
Such a nice bloke.
Yeah, lovely bloke.
God.
Both of them are nice. Like both of them are just so nice, and they got a good story as well. Like they're trying to get onto the tours and stuff like that, onto like the mini tours. They've got their own like business going on now. So yeah, it's very, very cool.
Very
very
exciting,
cool stuff.
very, very good. And speaking of tours, and people trying to do well on tours,
Nice.
John Rahm's back at number 1 again.
Honestly, that number 1 spot is like a hot potato.
It's almost as if they don't want it.
I don't want it this week. You take it. You take it, Scotty. You take it. And then Rory just come in and
It's
swoop it
getting
again.
passed about a bit, isn't it?
It is, but I think we spoke about this for like a couple episodes now. I do think John Rahm is probably the best of the three at the moment.
Yeah.
Best of the three at the moment.
Most consistent.
Most consistent. Although he did do well in the Phoenix Open as well. Didn't
That's
he?
the
Yeah.
thing. Like that was an off week.
That
and
was
he
an off.
Still
Yeah, he
was
actually
a top 5.
Yeah, he didn't play very well that last day.
Like
but-
he wasn't in it to win it at the end there, but still finished high up.
Yeah.
And he's just so consistent, so dominant at the minute. And I'd love to be able to get them three sat down in a room and just get them to sort of have it out of like how they
Yeah.
feel about this. 'Cause
Yep.
they surely must be. I don't. Rory, I think, is quite keen for the number 1. Rahm obviously was so serious about getting the number 1.
Yeah.
Scheffler, just because of his manner, I always think he's just like, well, what'll be will be.
Yeah, he
like,
feels like he's so chill.
Yeah.
And not to go, I mean, we talk about Full Swing a lot because it's like quite relevant.
Oh,
but
it's-
like his
Yeah.
episode of Full Swing just made me love him more.
Yeah.
Like he's just so chill. He's like very family orientated. Like he plays golf because he loves it, and of course he wants to win. But like he's also just feels like he's so relaxed.
Yeah.
They did a great job with that episode, I think, of putting him with Brooks because it just juxtaposed.
It was like such
both of them,
a weird
just
comparison.
cutting
Wasn't it?
from Brooks like absolutely kicking himself. I can't compete. I can't do this, and
Yeah.
then cut to Scotty and his wife just walking down the street having a coffee. Like
so chill.
I don't really
Yeah.
worry about
Just-
winning. It's all right.
Yeah.
Just won the Masters.
Yeah.
Now talking of John Rahm and of Scotty Scheffler, do you think that Rory has kind of not lost it, but gone a bit too quiet?
This is the thing, is that like I don't know what you think, Jay, but like it's been Scotty 1 week, and it's been Rahm the next week, and he hasn't played too bad, Rory, but he has compared to those, he's not been very good, has he?
It's kind of it's actually kind of weird to sort of take even just 2 weeks on the tour and be like, oh well, he's done, he's gone.
It is
like,
very early
Do you know what I mean?
still,
Like it's
yeah.
but like such is this like the standard of golf at the minute.
Yeah.
Like if you take a week off, you're like, where have you gone? What are you doing? Like you're supposed to be up here all the time, and that's kind of what we've expected from Rory. To be fair, over the last 6 months, like he has been there.
Yeah.
Where the last couple of tournaments, he's been struggling.
Yeah, but the fact that Scotty wins 1 week and then Rahm wins the next week,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Rory-
if Rory doesn't win the next
Rory-
the next
Yeah.
tournament, there's going to be a serious problem.
yeah, Rory's just like, Jesus, like I was literally at the top, but now I'm third.
He can't win too many. He's warming up.
Yeah, he's warming
Yeah,
up.
this was the
warming
other
up for
thing
the
is
big
that
one.
we're talking about like him not peaking too early, like a few episodes ago, and like Yeah, as long as he peaks at the end of September, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a look. I had a look yesterday, and as the time of recording this, it is 6 weeks to the Open. To the Masters.
The
Sorry.
Masters.
6 weeks
Six
to the
weeks to the
Masters.
Masters.
Okay, so he's got
Um,
6 weeks to pull it together.
6
Yeah.
weeks to pull it together, and Rahm and Scotty to just chill a little bit.
I don't imagine he'll play too many more tournaments until then. He'll probably just be Arnold Palmer and the Players.
I was about to say, Arnold, yeah.
And then that'll be it, I reckon.
Yeah.
So he needs to kick it in for there. So, Rory, if you're
Yeah.
listening, we're waiting. We
Yeah.
want you to do it.
Come on, Rory.
6 weeks.
Let's do it.
Can't wait. But I did see I saw a stat, and I'll throw it up here on the YouTube, about Jon Rahm this year. I think per shot he's earned something like over £6,000, or like $6,000
from his winnings.
Yeah, so
6,866 off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
so-
I'm just doing the maths in my brain.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this year.
Or-
Have I written it down
Yeah,
there?
you've written it down.
So now you've ruined the seamless.
I'm not that.
I was
I'm not
scrolling
that
on Twitter
good.
this morning and I saw it. And
I'm not that good at maths, but you did. Well, he wrote this morning, so it makes sense.
That's true.
I'm not. My mum will be disappointed that I didn't do that maths in my head. She's a maths teacher. So.
Right, okay. Yeah, no, so it's pretty insane. He's hit one shot and he's got already more money than me. That's literally the sad reality.
And my bank account.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
literally, he's hit one shot, and then
Doesn't even
it.
need to be a good shot.
He doesn't even
He
need
could shank it
to.
and
At the
it'd still be
moment,
good.
he can hit half a shot and he'd still have more than me. That's generally the state of it at the moment. So.
We're going to put a Just Giving page at the end of this
Yeah.
video. And
Kieran's McDonald's breakfast fund.
But no, it just shows how incredible he has been this year, and then just how consistent, and also how much money is
yeah,
in
well,
the game.
this obviously talks to the elevated events they've now got on the PGA Tour.
Yeah,
so there's
correct.
a lot more money going around. There's a lot more money to be won.
Yeah.
Which Jon Rahm has.
Yeah.
Which he has won.
Which he has taken for himself.
Scotty won. I know Scotty won 3.6 for waste management. I don't know how much Genesis
I
was.
think it was similar price. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So I'd be interested to see what the players is, because as the players been elevated.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I think that was like, even before elevation, it was like 2.5.
So I think a lot of these main events that have got elevated, the pool of money they've got is around $20 million.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
the winners are always getting between 2 and 4 ish. If you have to dissipate the rest
I
of
reckon
it.
players is going to be 4 or 5.
Maybe, yeah.
Man.
Well,
Man.
40, 50 million or...
No, 4
win it, to
or
win
5
it.
minute, 4 or 5 million to win it. So
Well,
Interesting.
yeah.
very, very cool.
I could do that.
Yeah.
How quickly do you reckon you could spend it? Yeah, have you ever watched Brewster's Millions?
No?
It's
No, never.
It's a great old film with oh my god, Richard Pryor.
Okay.
And he learns that, and this is very non-golf. So sorry, golf heads. We've just gone from Jon Rahm to Richard Pryor.
I think this is what we should do. This is
100%. His uncle leaves him a load of money, and he gets given 30 million, and he has to spend the 30 million in 30 days, but he's not allowed to have any assets at the end. And if he does that, he
Oh.
gets 300 million.
Oh.
So he runs for mayor, which costs loads of money.
Right,
but
okay.
but his campaign is like, don't vote for me. He buys a really expensive stamp and then posts it. He has all these great ideas about how to spend all that. He invests in this iceberg company, and then everything melts and he's like, great, yes, I've lost it.
Yeah.
But he can't, the catch is he can't tell anyone what he's doing.
Ah.
If he tells someone, he loses.
It's a weird little game, but
It's very,
I love
very
it.
good. It's a great film. Brewster's
I don't
Millions.
know. I
Go
don't
watch
know
it.
what I'd do. I just think.
Yeah,
that
say you had to spend it really quickly. What would you spend it on?
just like really exclusive stuff, like experiences, like I don't know,
Okay, are you-
going in a box in Manchester United, for example. That's
You-
probably what I'd do.
You'd buy tickets to the
I'd buy-
Masters.
yeah, that's probably. Oh, and buy tickets for the Masters.
I'd definitely do some trips on a private jet somewhere.
Private jet.
Just
NetJet would get like
NetJet,
a little
yeah.
subscription.
Subscrippy. Nice little. Now, talking of subscribing to something and joining something,
Ooh, he's getting better today.
Wow,
bro, I'm literally.
that was harsh.
I'm very, very segued today. Talking of subscribing to something and joining a exclusive club, the Discord channel is popping right now.
It is, isn't it?
We're about to hit 500
I know.
That
members
is mental, by the way.
as we record this, and it will hopefully be much more than that by the time this actually comes out.
Yeah.
So
So the Discord server is up and running, and we are deep now.
Yeah. Well,
We
first
can't
of all,
go back now.
Yeah. Well, first of all, just want to say thank you to everyone as well that has
Correct, yes.
that has been a member and stuff like that. So it's very, very cool. Real sort of like sense of community on there, in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
It's everyone's getting in with each other as well, which
Yeah.
is exactly what we want to see. People having conversations about golf,
Yeah.
not only tour, but their golf clubs,
Yeah.
where they're playing on the weekends,
Yeah.
what they want to, and then also to us about ideas for content, the rough cut, the
Yeah.
main channel, Swing Quest. It's all there.
Very immersive, very, very nice, very cool, and gets you guys seeing behind the scenes. And hopefully when Pete comes back as well, like he's gonna get involved with it a lot
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
we'll
So,
make sure.
you know, Q&As on there, and
Yeah.
you know, just lots of stuff that you wouldn't see sort of day to day.
Yeah, so the point of it was that, like, we want people to understand that, yes, we release a couple of videos a week on the main channel. We've got Swing Quest stuff going out. This comes out every week. But, like, there is lots of great stuff happening and exciting stuff happening in between all of those releases that you don't get to see,
Yep.
and you don't get to kind of to experience and witness, because, you know, the only bits you see are the actual, you know, finished
And-
product content that comes
the
out.
final cut.
The final cut.
Oh my gosh. That's our sister podcast.
But you know, it also shows how much effort that you guys put into like the full videos, like how actually long a video takes. Like obviously, the reviews take a long time, and they're so like, you know, they're hard to
Oh,
make.
yeah.
And then obviously the course logs being, you know, they are a beast of an edit.
They are.
But the other thing is that it also shows that it is a complete team process. Like if you were on the Discord
Yeah.
in the last few days, and maybe even you got the early tag, the first 100 people to join got a tag that says that they were early to the party.
Yeah.
They're the type of people who turn up for their tee time before before the course is even open. They're smashing it on the range beforehand. Early people, shout out to the earlies.
You know who you are.
You know who you are with your yellow tag.
Yeah.
But it also shows how much of a team effort every video is, right? If you were on the Discord earlier this week, you would have seen Kieran sat at home with the football on one screen and doing tracers on the other.
Yeah.
You would have seen, you know, Jacob sat editing and not even realizing that people are talking to him while he's working. Us sat next to each other, chucking ideas
I
across.
wish I saw that.
I'm sorry to the one guy who came in whilst I was in one of the rooms, and I was just sat there, and he was obviously talking, and I didn't have a headphone in, and I'd muted my chat.
You're like in a zone.
In a zone editing, and I turned to my laptop, and there was this one poor lad sat there. I can't remember your name. I'm so sorry, but yeah, thank you for waiting for me. I was in the zone.
But like literally the other day, we just put a message out saying, we're going to be in the voice chat for the next few minutes. Come and say hi. We were just sat like watching edits and, you know, cross-checking each other's work and stuff. And people came in, we asked questions, and we answered a couple of things about what was going on. And it's great. Like I want it to feel like, you know, like during lockdown, this is how I got into Discord. During lockdown, I was work from home, and I was like, I want to feel like I'm, in an office or at least sat in a coffee shop, but none of those things were open. So Discord became the place where I would just, log into a voice chat with people I'd met on the internet and, be sat doing my normal work and have them there to interact with when I needed to. But also, I saw a thing on I've deleted TikTok for the next 40 days.
You deleted TikTok?
For the next 40 days.
Why?
It's Lent, so I've got rid of TikTok.
Such is the modern times. Of what are you going to give up?
TikTok.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, so I've given up TikTok for the next 40 days. But I saw something on there previous, which was about how your productivity increases and your happiness increases if it feels like you're working with someone else.
Right.
So even just having the voice chat open with the camera on and someone else being in there, even if you don't talk, it makes you more productive.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to create is like an office feel, a like coffee shop feel where you can come and drop in, say hi, ask questions, catch up with what we're doing, and meet other people who want to do the same.
But then also, hopefully, it will get to the point as well that when we're, for example, like on the road or anything like that, we can just say, all right, guys, we're in London. We're going to be at this driving range. And, if you want to come along, hit some shots, join us. Like, hopefully it can get to that point, which is really, really cool and really exciting to see.
Yeah. So we did ask some of the initial, I think we were about 200 by the time we asked for some questions that people would like to know about how this all happens. that didn't necessarily involve Pete because we knew Pete wasn't going to be here.
Yep.
And one of the questions...
This is about us.
So yeah, we're more important. At least today anyway, because there's no Pete. We did think about leaving his chair.
Yeah, we weren't going to do it, but for framing purposes, it just didn't
make sense.
Didn't look right.
So one of the questions was, what's the process of getting a video ready for the internet?
Okay, I suppose...
You start, yeah, Jay.
So, I think with anything, the concept has got to come first. We have monthly meetings where we'll have a chat about video ideas, whether very loose or very constrained idea of that someone's come in and like, I've seen this, I think we should do this, and it can kind of snowball from there.
Yeah, like David's level of preparedness is like, I know what the title is.
Yeah.
I know what the first 3 minutes of script are going to be.
Yeah.
I know what the thumbnail looks like. I've already spoken to the people, and normally our ideas are like, wouldn't it be great if we just like went to the moon and played golf?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know how it will look, but it'll look good. We know it's a good video.
We don't know if we're going to do it, but it'll look good. So yeah, the main gist, the start of it has got to be, one of us is coming in, we've got an idea, and it's put in the list on the side that we can come back to whenever we want to. Once that video comes around, and obviously this can coincide with like when something like the PXG stuff comes up. These videos naturally occur. There's no sort of idea of we go to them, they can come to us, and we can work stuff out. So once the video is sort of decided of what we want to do, it's really then meted out of how we want to go about it. And you say David comes up with thumbnails and titles. This is that's kind of the first thing that is decided, really, because when you go to make a YouTube video, or when you're thinking of putting something out onto the internet, the way that people are going to get to click on that video is by those two things. So how are you going to package this video together to make it as clickable and as presentable to people that are subscribed to the channel?
It's almost the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the video can be beautifully edited, can be wonderfully filmed, can be scripted great, the music can be wonderful, everything can be perfect. But if no one clicks on it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
So
that's obviously the one of the things that we really try and nail down before we even press record on a camera. It's just a case of when we go to the golf course, it doesn't have to be done. The thumbnail hasn't to be taken, so to speak, because obviously we might be taking photos whilst we're there. But before we go and film anything, before the video has been scripted and it's finally sort of bulked out into what we think it's going to be, then thumbnail and title come first.
Okay, and then so let's skip the bit where it gets filmed. So we go out and we shoot the video and it's all wonderful. Yeah. It's filmed, it's edited, then what happens? Well, it gets edited by all of us.
I was going to say, yeah, like that editing process is a big process. Like it'll take a while, and then Pete checks it, and we'll check it, and then check it again. Like, so it goes through that sort of like
moderation stage.
Moderation, that's the word I was looking for. Great. And then you upload it, didn't you?
We do, yeah, and the lovely people at home watch it. It's a weird kind of transition of how the video goes. It goes very quick. Like we'll go out and film. We always try, as it can change throughout the year, but we always try to get ourselves ahead of the game. So if we're filming something, we've already got videos edited that are going out this week, and we just keep moving forward like that. We don't want to be in a position where we're editing a video and then that's the next video out.
Yeah. Apart from something like this, which is this like the podcast in particular needs to be kind of relevant to what's going on now.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're right. Like there's some videos that we have recorded that aren't coming out for
months,
2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, based on what the schedule looks like. So we try to get ahead of the game as much as possible. And the other thing that we try to do is, which doesn't always end up happening, is the team that shot the video normally try and edit that video as well.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different at the moment because me and Jacob have kind of split the kind of workload. Because I did the first Best Golfer on YouTube video, I've kind of got a flow of how it's working, and Jacob's still in that kind of very technical, very graphic heavy review mode from Tech Month. So we've kind of kept those things separate, and I've been doing the Fred and Hannah were both shot by you guys.
Yeah.
So I wasn't actually there. So it's more important for me to understand how the game went.
Yeah.
What you shot that you thought was really exciting, what problems you encountered that then I might need to resolve in the edit. So we're always communicating, but it has got split up a little weirdly at the moment. But normally, if you shoot the video, you would end up actually also being heavily involved in the edit.
Yeah, because coming back to sort of the bulking out of the video and that sort of an early initial concept idea stage, is that once that thumbnail title was then built, Pete will go away and write a script. So if he is talking about a particular club, obviously he's got more information and more knowledge of sort of that kind of thing. We do tread our toes in the water a little bit of doing scripting, but we're not as heavy as he is. Once then that's complete, then it's easier for us to then look at the script he's written, and then we can think about shots.
Yeah, what shots need to happen.
Particular things we need to film. So when that stuff kind of comes into the picture, that is when it is crucial for the person who's filmed it to be able to sort of get hold of the edit, because they know the way that it's going to go. Not massively important, but it obviously makes it a lot easier if you're going to edit a video that you know what's coming.
Another question was, have we ever filmed anything that didn't see the light of day?
I think we've had a few where like audio is bad, but
there's so I think to today, I checked it, I said this the other day, but I think to this day it's been 3 years. This is the 23rd of Feb that I've been with Pete. I think in the whole time that's happened, I think only one video has like really not come out. Every other video that we've done, it's been either it's gone out and been taken down. So it has made it, but it just never stayed. Or there's just some that we just pull the plug on, that we just like, we're even in the filming process and we're just like, this doesn't feel right. The only time that there's been a video which would have come out, and it actually did come out, but not the first like version of it, was in lockdown. And it was Pete went and filmed a video, and I can't remember the video, but it was with Carly, and Carly filmed it for him. Yeah. So this is a small insight of when in lockdown, when the golf course is open. I wasn't here, so I was back home working from home and just editing. In lockdown, Carly would go out and film at the golf courses.
That's
with
so
Pete.
sick.
Love that.
So
I said sick. Oh,
stop saying sick.
Sorry.
I think you do it on purpose.
Yeah, just own it now.
Yeah.
And I think again, we went to then go do some filming like the week after, and this was one of the only times I've actually left the house to go meet Pete somewhere in London or something like that.
Yeah.
So I went down and I formatted a card that had all the footage that Pete and Carly had filmed. And
can you make a public apology to Carly right now?
Yeah, shall I look down? I'll go that one.
Yeah,
Carly, if you are listening, if you're watching this podcast, I am so sorry that your footage did not make it to the light of day. It was a wonderful video, I'm sure, and I am very sorry.
It's actually the best one we've ever...
You do a better job than I do.
Yeah. In fact, my first video shoot, the video didn't come out. So we went to shoot the golf bidder driver video.
Oh yeah, Formby Ladies.
At Formby Ladies, and it was very, it was quite windy, but also there was...
It was windy, and BA pilots were doing a training day where normally in Formby there's never any planes or anything like that, but on the day, that's why we drove an hour to go to Formby, because it's quiet.
It's normally very quiet
and peaceful.
Yeah.
And then we just
and
had
dry.
We just had Heathrow.
Yeah, the audio was terrible.
And
So
it was windy.
We were trying to work out on the course, like when we were shooting, we were trying to work out how to get the audio to sound the best, and we made some adjustments which didn't work. So we got back, I chopped it all up together, we watched it back, and when we were watching it back, it was apparent that the audio was just not usable. It was just so loud and clippy and horrible. It was not very nice. But then like the next day, you guys went out and reshot all of the scripted bits that had audio problems. It chopped together quite nicely, so it worked out. But it was like my first time, like we were like, this is Mick, the new guy on the team. I was like, oh, hi everyone. And now we're literally straight to a golf course to go and film something that's going on the main channel.
I mean, that stuff you filmed yesterday, not using it.
Yeah, we're literally not using it. And it was my first time trying to track a ball on the... Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Which is a skill in itself.
I was about to say, like, it is a skill that, like, it's developed over time, 100%.
Yeah.
And then probably the second video I ever made got taken down because we used footage from the Open. Yeah. To kind of give context to the Pete and Carter trying to help Tom Watson over the line, helping Tom home.
At Turnberry, yeah.
To give a little bit of context and kind of like colour to the challenge that they were facing, I spliced in clips and audio from Tom Watson's final round, where Stuart Singh beats him in the playoff, and I spliced bits in, and then we spoke to we put it up, and then got a email saying, "Yeah, don't really think you should have used it."
It was a gamble.
It was a gamble.
It was a gamble. You did use.
We didn't win.
You did use a lot.
Yeah, but it was great.
It was
really
it was really good. It showed the story and everything like that. And they beat Stink.
They helped. They did help Tom home. They got him home in 3 under.
What were they called? Tom Finch Carter or something like that.
Finch Carter Watson.
Finch Carter Watson, whether it is. Yeah.
So they're
really
the type of
video.
videos. They're the type of videos that the Discord channel is going to be exceptional for, because if that video gets pulled down, great, chuck it on Discord. Everyone who's on Discord can go and watch
100%.
it.
Yeah.
It's interesting you talk about the kind of early days of Peter Finch, Jacob, because one of the other questions we got was, how did we all end up here? Like, how did we end up working for Pete?
Yeah.
In the first place.
Well, I'll go first, I suppose. So, I've been here for 3 years now, which seems insane. Like,
3 years.
Where has the time gone? But also, I feel like I was here yesterday, so it's cool.
Let me fill you in. You were in this office yesterday.
That is true. I was here yesterday. So I went to university to do a journalism degree at Sheffield, and I thought I wanted to be a hard, to the grindstone journalist. I'm going to get out on the streets. I'm going to report, and I'm going to.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Phil, stop saying. And I always knew I wanted to work in sport. Like, that was just there was no other way I wasn't going to, and I wanted to be a sports journalist. And I graduated from university, and I got my first job, and I was working at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Meg is an Arsenal fan, so I think I've just sworn.
It was actually too close to I might actually take this off.
And I worked there as a club journalist for about 4 months or so, and it was obviously amazing opportunity, and I basically just threw myself into like the deep end. Really, like, I couldn't quite believe I'd got the job. It was not even advertised. I literally wrote to the club, and then like 2 months later, they're like, "Oh, we've just pulled your letter out of the drawer, and you sound cool, so do you want to come and have an interview?" And then they interview, and they're like, "Oh, God,
you're
not cool."
Now we've got to hire him.
And so I worked there for 4 months, and then I was a subscriber to Pete. I watched his videos, and he put a video out about wanting to hire a videographer and a brand manager, and I applied for the job. And before I knew it, I was up in Burnley at his old driving range, meeting him and Matt from P54 for an interview, and here we are now.
That is wild.
Yeah.
So you say brand manager? That's David.
That is David.
So did you both get hired at the exact same time?
Yeah. So me and him were the first two people to come on. And we all moved up here, and I got a flat. I moved in with a friend from university. I was living just outside of Salford, and I met Pete actually in the. This is we're in a mill in Stockport, and there's two mills very close to each other.
Yeah.
Might
have to cut this out so people don't know where we work.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't being specific.
Yeah.
But anyway, where we are in the world, there are two mills that are close to each other.
Right.
One mill we were in, we've now come to the other mill. That's how long I've been here. So
wow. You're a couple of offices deep.
Yeah, exactly. And we had a whole week up here, and then something called COVID happened.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah. So we all went home, and the first year and a half essentially of my starting this job was working from home.
That is wild.
Yeah. And then he came.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to drive Morrison vans.
No, wait, you worked in a kitchen.
At a kitchen, yeah.
Not
as lavish.
Kieran, tell us, how do you feel your Morrison driving skills have adapted you to your social media role?
Was that one of the questions in the interview?
Mine's not as lavish as that. I didn't go to uni or anything like that. I used to work as a chef for 2 years, and then I quit that because I wanted to. Well, I watched started watching YouTube, started watching Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat, who are amazing vlog YouTubers, and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to take a stab at this. Went to Europe, and one of my dreams was to go to all these like European football teams, so like Ajax, Barcelona, PSG, Dortmund, all that sort of stuff, and filmed it because I was very interested in videography and stuff like that. Started my own sort of like business, so local businesses, and then COVID happened as well, so that's why I went into like driving Morrison's vans, which was actually literally one of the best times of my life.
We talk about this
Yeah.
really regularly. Like me and Kieran live very close to each other, so we share cars on the way to work. And often Kieran will be like, "Oh yeah, that's the van I used to drive."
Yeah, it's
that's the Morrison's
honestly,
T21.
like through COVID, like going outside every day and delivering shopping, it was like
My dad did the exact same thing, and he says the same thing. He absolutely loves it.
honestly,
Amazing.
it was the best thing. Seeing your regulars, and I like to talk to everyone. There's a lot of old ladies there. It was just it was very, very good. And then saw that he advertised for the job, and I was like, right, because I wasn't looking for a job. I was loving my job, and but I wanted to put like all my time and effort into this because it's literally like perfect, like golf, media, everything.
We actually
got the
watched
job.
some of your old golf YouTube vlogs.
Yeah,
If you go on YouTube and you search hard enough, you might be able to track them down. There's Kieran playing his home course in Dorset.
Yeah, no,
It's really good actually.
Yeah, no, it's
Really
good. Yeah, it's good fun. So no, very lucky to be here now. So yeah, that's me.
You are such a Swiss
You are
Army
lucky to. I
knife.
thought you were going to say you are lucky to be
Yeah,
here.
you are lucky to be here. No, you are. I think what you're so good at is like you can just do everything.
Yeah, it's annoying
You
to the
can-
point where it's like, oh, if there's a new thing to be learned, Kieran will sit down and learn it in 45.
Yeah.
I'll do it in 45 minutes. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll sort it out.
You just got
Just get on with it,
Just
mate.
throw yourself. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want this to turn into like a praising kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's
on to me. On to me. You go, mate.
doing a very good job, mate. Well done.
On to
Yeah,
you.
I think you're great. So mine's even weirder.
Yeah, to be honest, yours is the best though.
I don't know about that.
No, yours is the best.
So I went to university to study music. I then worked in various musical capacities. I wrote pop music for 10 years. If you can't tell, I'm much older than this lot. Much older.
Just older.
Yeah, just a little older. So I worked in the music industry for a very long time, doing various different things. Worked at a talent agency, worked at a label, worked...
Roadie?
Worked on a couple of little Tory bits as well. Played and sung and played drums and played guitar in front of loads of people lots of times, which was very, very lovely. And I got a taste for the limelight, which I enjoyed. And then...
Are you not in the limelight right now?
I
is
am.
it?
You've got the lights on you.
It's not lime.
Yeah. Oh,
White lights.
yeah. And
just looked into it. Oh.
then had kids and realized I needed a real job. So I got a job doing something that is like one of the things I've always loved doing, which is, helping old ladies.
Yep.
But it was in a slightly more technical capacity. I had been kind of dabbling with the YouTube thing. I taught myself how to vlog. I watched Casey Neistat as well. I taught myself how to do it. I daily vlog for 80 days to learn how to edit, to learn how to talk to a camera, to learn how to kind of build a story out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then did a little bit of that with regards to music. So did some vloggy things for bands and things like that. And then when I got a real job, lol, that is a real job. It's very hard. In fact, it's more difficult than the job I went to do instead, which was I went to work at the Apple Store. So I worked for 5 years as a genius.
You were a literal genius.
Like an actual worked in an Apple Store genius. It was chaos, but it was literally... I almost said sick again, but I'm not going to. It was really good. It was
fun.
It was very cool. It was very fun. The people who work there are like some of the smartest, most adaptable, like hardest working people in the world. And they have to deal with, sometimes not quite as nice people on the customer end. But it's like a hard job. You have to learn very quickly. You have to adapt very, very quickly. But you also get to be around the technology all day. So I kind of used that to my advantage, learned how to, retaught myself how to edit. And then I saw a post on Instagram from Pete with you guys in the background being like, we're looking to add someone to the team. And I was like, look, like this type of, I wasn't doing any editing at the time. I wasn't doing any filming. I didn't own a camera. I just bought myself a laptop, but I'd use it for music. We're looking. I was like, the post was like, "Oh, we're looking to." Well, we might even be able to find it. Like,
Yeah, I'll put it up there.
Yeah, we're looking for someone to join the team, and I had just moved to Manchester, living with my girlfriend Lauren, and she was like, "If you don't apply, you'll regret not applying.
Yeah,
Because I was like,
that's what my mum said,
I was 5 years into the stuff at Apple, and I was looking for something which would, for a new challenge, basically. And Lauren said, if you don't apply, you'll regret not applying. So I just mocked up a CV, sent it in, got an email back. I was like, what? I literally, I'm not like, this is weird. Did a video, had to edit a Swing Quest video as a trial, which, was a challenge. Re-taught myself how to do it. And then got a phone call, and I was like, hello? I'd been watching Pete I'd only been watching Pete, and the golf in general for a year. Yeah. So my golf knowledge was, and still is, like, I'm still learning how to kind of understand the golf landscape. But I didn't have a great deal of, like, if he was like, who's the most recent Masters winner, I'd have to Google it. Yeah. Like, it was that bad.
Yeah. Brooks Koepka-esque.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes!
Yes! Who won the Masters?
No. Of course
Scotty.
Oh, God, yeah, Scotty.
You knew Brooks.
You watched him win.
You sat there crying. And then, I got a phone call, and it was Pete on the other end, and he was like, when can you start? And I was like, right now. It was sick. Like, it was very good, man. It was such a weird journey, like, for all of us.
Do you know what though? Like, and to not kind of get too profound and deep about it, but it's so cool to see you can have so many different ways of getting to a position where you're at.
Definitely.
Obviously, I don't know in terms of who's listening, and if there's any people who are at university, thinking about going to university, want to kind of do the stuff that we do, to hear kind of the ways that you can go about it. If you're passionate about doing something, just start doing it. Like you say, if you were loving of the YouTube and wanting to edit and film and do that kind of stuff, you just took a leap of doing it and having that stuff that now, when you went to do your job interview, you had all this stuff behind you that you'd be like, well, this is what I was doing 3 years ago, and I love it. Yeah,
definitely. Like, a lot of my mates went to uni just for the sake of going to university.
100%. That's exactly why I went.
Which is like, and in this day and age, I think that is becoming more. Not sorry to go a bit off topic, but just like, I think it's not all about degrees and all that. It's just about, like, experience and the person you are.
We're three very different examples. Like, Jacob's, like, quite conventional.
Very traditional.
I want to be a journalist, and I found myself a semi-journalistic job in an entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Yours is like, I'm passionate about this thing, and I'm going to go and work out how to do it, and eventually I'm here. Mine is an example of it's never too late to change the thing that you're doing with your life.
Absolutely.
Like, it's they're all very different, but it seems to be working out so far. So I'm very happy.
No, that's good. We're all, I think we all have good we have good friendships, and
absolutely,
we're tight together. So
so talking about the past, right? One of the other ideas that someone came up with. Now, we're going into video ideas.
Going back to the Discord.
Back to the Discord. So on the Discord, we've also been asking for people to talk about what ideas they have for content, because obviously, like, we're thinking the whole time, but you guys have a different perspective to what we do because you watch the videos all the time. So someone came up with the idea of Pete playing against his previous self, which I thought was great, right? So we find an old course vlog where he's played at a course that we can get onto, and then current Pete plays against spliced in clips of previous Pete, and we work out whether old glasses Pete and new bearded Pete, which one of them?
I like that.
Which one of them's better?
Do you know what video stands out where that could be really good? Is at Royal Liverpool when he did that, when he was trying to beat Tiger Woods.
Tiger,
where he shot. I think he shot like 4 under that day, or something like that. He shot a very good round of golf. To see if he can go and do that again. Oh, sorry, my voice went there. To see if he can go and do that. To go see if he can do it again, that'd be very, very cool.
Yeah, that was a cool idea.
But no, very, very cool. And that's the good thing about the Discord as well, is that, like, it doesn't make our life easier, but, like, it's just we've got more people now. We've got 500 other brains to think about cool ideas.
Yeah, it's great.
But it's just also they are the people that are taking in what
they're
we
watching,
do.
So
what do you want to see?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So join the Discord 100%. Please do.
The link is down there somewhere.
Please do.
So go and join. There's lots of cool people talking golf and everything around it. So
especially when, like, now, especially in the I imagine quite a lot of the people that are on Discord at the moment are UK based.
you say that, but the conversation got going about where people were from. We got people from the US.
Yeah,
we got
that's true.
people from
That is true.
Norway, Sweden,
Yeah.
Denmark. You know, obviously lots
Just
of people from the UK.
Yeah.
Like,
but when like the golf season really kicks off for us, like sort of April, you know, nights are getting longer, people can go to work. Like it's going to be a really cool place to be. So yeah, gonna be cool.
another question that people put forward and they wanted to know is how many of Kieran's clubs does he own? It's an ongoing joke in the office, right? Basically, we have a very privileged position. The other side of that wall just there is a room full of very good golf clubs.
I want to put up the exact number here because we did a video about it.
Yeah.
I think it's like, if I was to guess, no more.
Was it?
I thought it was 1,000.
No, yeah, 526. I
Yeah.
want to say, 526, well done.
That's a very good memory.
I think it's 526.
Right, so the other side of the wall, there's a lot of great golf clubs where in the simulator room, if you know, I'm testing out that 7 wood at the moment, which is working quite nicely. You just give someone a shout, am I cool to borrow this, so that someone knows you've got it, and then if we need to film a video with it, you can bring it back, right? Which is an understanded situation in the office, right? It's 100% is allowed to happen.
Yeah.
However, Kieran is known for doing the what's in the bag videos, or like doing Tech Month and then just rifling through and just robbing everything available. What do you have in your bag, and is any of it yours?
So the stuff that is mine is I've got a Freewood that was the first club I ever bought. I saved up and bought it. Was like 150 quid. It's like a Ping Freewood, Ping G25. So it's quite old. And then I've got like some ATV wedges, TaylorMade ATV wedges that I've again had for years. But then that's
it.
And that's where it stopped.
That's where
4 clubs.
Not even the bag is mine now.
The bag says Peter Finch on it.
So the driver G425 is Pete's. The 2-iron is Pete's. The irons are Pete's. The putter is Pete's. The bag says Peter Finch on it.
Balls, tees, gloves.
Probably. Like, I'm just, you know.
Hey,
yeah.
you can do it.
Yeah,
so you do it.
Yeah.
And you hit them all very well.
Yep.
So it's fine. What about you, Jacob? What have you got in there?
So the driver, the Callaway Rogue ST Max is Pete's. The 3-wood TaylorMade M6 is Pete's. The hybrid Ping G is mine.
Are you worse than him?
No. That's
not.
where the P790 irons, which is kind of the main thing. Like if you've got a full set of irons, they're mine.
Yeah.
I've just put in some high toe wedges, literally like last week.
They're
Pete's.
Yeah.
And the lap putter is Pete's.
So actually, hang on a minute.
Hold on a second. I feel like you might have more non-yours clubs than Kieran has.
The irons are saving me. If we go individually by club.
Yeah. The ratio, the percentage of owned to not owned is much higher.
I had the same clubs for a very, very long time. But even before I came to, like when I joined Pete, I had the clubs that I had for like 5-6 years. So, I lost my 9-iron, I lost my 6-iron. So I was on pitch and wedge 8-iron, like 5-iron. I had a half
Listen,
set.
some people play their entire golf careers with a set like that.
Yeah. No, but it was.
So why are you whinging?
No, I'm not whinging, but it was just very nice to come in and see some. I've never even hit forged irons before. I'd never even hit forged irons before here. So, my God. Like forged iron, like there is such a difference. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like for me, the difference between like I had some R11 irons to then go into some lovely Japanese Strixon ZX7s.
Yeah, there is a massive difference. Yeah, when I hit a forged iron, it hurts.
yeah, I know the difference. They're much more difficult to make them go straight.
The toe doesn't go as far. I don't like it.
My first set of clubs. Straight out, so I had a starter set which my dad bought me a long time ago, and which was not very good, but it was enough to kind of hack it round in my kind of early golf life. The first set I bought myself, I found them on eBay, and the guy didn't know what they were, and they were Nike Tour forged combo set.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they were beautiful. I couldn't hit anything above the 7-iron.
Still can't now, can you?
Well, this is well, thank you. This is why I've now gone much more forgiving.
Yeah.
And I've got like some chunkier Ben Hogan irons in the bag at the moment. My driver is Pete's. My 3-wood is mine, which my dad gave me when I started taking golf a little bit more seriously. The 7-wood is Pete's. The irons are mine. The wedges are Pete's. The putter's mine.
That's okay.
I'm half and half.
Not
Right?
bad,
But then again, I've not been here that long.
Exactly. Actually, to be fair, that in terms of time to clubs, maybe you're the worst.
This is the thing as well. I just want to point out that I wasn't intending to swap my irons when we went to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
We had to pick some clubs.
Yeah.
And I picked the Shixons out and
Fell in
just
love.
fell in love.
Yeah.
Like there's
you can't help it.
You
I
can't help
it.
a
Yeah.
man like if you fall in love with something.
Have you seen that meme where the guy's like crying at the altar as his wife walks down the altar and he turns around and it's a bag of golf clubs? That's Kieran with the old Shrek songs.
They are incredible. They are very, very good. And I recommend like if you haven't hit forged irons before, go and try them.
Well, get good at golf and then hit 'em.
Yeah. Well, you can still.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
can-
when I went and did a gapping session on those Nike ones that I bought on eBay,
Yeah.
I could probably hit 1 out of 5 shots straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do ya.
I just don't swing very fast.
Yeah. It's one of the best feelings in the world. 100%. Striking a forged iron.
Yeah, we've got the Tiger Woods irons in there, and they're awful. Like they're so hard to hit, but when you do catch
My
one by
God.
accident in the middle, it feels like
Yeah.
you're buttering
Yeah.
toast.
Yeah, we don't touch them because they are rare and expensive,
Yeah.
aren't they?
And really
Like,
hard to hit.
so
And
we
when
don't-
a club head size gets smaller,
Yeah.
the lower the number gets as well.
four-
That is
four
just
irons-
scary.
4 irons like that.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah.
It's not very
Yeah.
good. So lots of insight there really into kind of how this all comes together, how the videos work. What I thought we would do just to round us out, because last time when there was 3 of us here,
Yep.
when Jacob was, where were you, Jacob? You were off. You were playing golf. How did that go?
Yeah, it went well. Yeah.
What happened? Talk to us.
You
been
know
dying-
how it
he's
went.
been dying to say this.
Oh, you teed me up.
Yes.
First round of 2023.
First round of 2023, I was back home with my family. It was my grandma's 80th, so we
Happy birthday, Gran.
happy birthday, Valerie. Love
They
you.
got Valo.
Hold tight, Val.
She went out with my mum and auntie and cousin. They went to this is so like traditional, like the women went to the spa and the men went to play golf.
Now, we talked about this on the last episode of the podcast, but apparently Val
Plays.
Val knocks it.
Oh, she gets around. Yeah, she plays like 3-4 rounds a week. She loves it.
Also, something we talked about on the podcast. Can you confirm about the Hereford spas?
Yeah, the defamation of.
Are the Hereford spas above average? Are they good?
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
Okay, that's all we
Okay,
need to
good.
know.
Well, that's what
all
we
we
went.
need to know.
That's great. And you went to play golf.
I did, yeah. So we went to go play golf, and I shot 80. Oh. I've never broken 80 before. I had a birdie putt on the last to do it. It was outside birdie chance. But
Was it long?
It was longish, but it finished like half a roll as well. Like it was in all the way, and it just finished short, which was... But then it's like the same as anything. When you finish a golf round and you walk off, and all you can think about is like, oh, if I just like... That when I tried to hit it out the trees and I didn't quite get it far enough, if I got it a bit further and I didn't have to take like another shot, or like, oh, that putt which I just pulled left, like if I just tapped that in and thought about it a bit more, I'd have done it. I 3-putted for a par on a par 5. I could have had a birdie there easily. It was not hard. It was not hard green either.
Yeah, it's part of the curse of playing a good round of golf is that like it could have been
It could
better.
have been better,
Like
yeah.
unless you shoot 18
Yeah.
for an 18-hole round of golf,
Yeah.
there is always room for improvement.
Yeah. That is
Like
golf,
you
isn't
said
it?
something really interesting yesterday. Like actually, it may have been you actually, Jacob. You said
Interesting, yeah, probably me.
yeah. That's mean. Every shot you hit, you are set up for failure because unless it goes in,
That's definitely Jacob.
yeah,
That's definitely
that's
Jacob.
Jacob's mindset.
Kieran wouldn't have done that.
Every shot-
That's too negative for me.
Every shot you hit, you are set up to fail because unless it goes in, you have to do it again.
Yeah.
This is a terrible mindset to have on the golf course,
Well,
but it does
yeah.
make sense.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Golf's very hard, though.
Golf's hard.
Golf's very, very
Yeah.
hard.
What we've learned is golf's hard. Anyway, we've come to the end of the podcast. We're going to do another quiz. You two are going to take each other on a AI generated Rory McIlroy quiz.
Okay.
Yeah, because we did a Tiger Woods one last week, and I'd like to think it went down well. I'd like to think that, well, first of all, it was just insane
Yeah.
that a computer
Yeah, thank you to our overlord that created that.
like
Yes, we have to thank them, otherwise we get deleted.
AI is just scary, man.
Okay,
Scary.
so here we go. We have
I just move
We've-
it. Just
we've-
move it
can you
just a
we've-
tad.
we've
Yeah,
because
that's
you
good.
because you'll cheat.
Yeah, literally, I'll cheat.
We
100%.
spent 20 minutes of this episode talking about like our jobs and how we got them. Literally, in the next 5 years, AI could have our jobs.
Oh yeah, I expect to be replaced by a machine.
It was a good
So,
run, lads. It
Hey,
was a good run.
are they hiring at Morrison's?
The driver man.
I would be a Morrison driver for the rest of my life. I don't care. I'll do it. If AI's taken over, I'll do that.
Well, the AI's you.
AI
Those,
actually will probably drive the
yeah,
drive
gross.
the vans or
Your
something.
food's getting delivered by a robot for sure.
Actually, yeah, that's going for
100%. Okay, so this is this is what I wrote into the AI to get the questions.
All right. Okay.
Right. Please write a difficult 10-question quiz focused on Rory McIlroy and provide the answers. Because if you don't provide the answers, it doesn't give you the answers.
that just highlights how insane the AI is. Like,
Yeah.
you can go so specific and it will just
so,
shoot it back for you.
So these questions are quite good. The one I did for Tiger Woods, I wasn't as specific when I typed it in the first time. And some of the questions that came up were like, what is, stupid stuff.
What is Tiger Woods' name?
Yeah, well, you're not joking.
Yeah.
And then the next question was, what's Tiger Woods' full name? And I'm like, well, I don't want question 1. So I just told it, could you replace question 1? And it wrote the quiz again and replaced question 1.
Right.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Come on then,
Right,
let's
okay,
go.
so here we go.
No buzzers, just straight
10
up.
questions,
Like, just
straight up.
Go for it.
Here we go. Question 1. To the closest day,
Right.
what is Rory McIlroy's birthday?
May 4th, 1988.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were like, yep, correct.
Yeah, it's good.
He's very quick. Well, he loved May, so I'll just go May 5th, 1988.
Actually, Jacob wins
Yes.
because he's closer.
No way.
Yeah, because it's 1989.
Yes.
So it is May 4th, but it's
No.
1989. So
Yes.
Jacob is one day
Come
closer
on.
than I did say to the closest day. All right,
Oh man. No way.
here we go.
Also, is it,
I only know that because my mum's birthday's on the 3rd.
Oh, right,
And Rory's is the day after.
Okay.
Well, my cousin's birthday's on the 4th.
It's Star Wars Day, isn't it?
And it's Star Wars Day. Oh, I can't believe that.
Well, I can. It just happened. And there's evidence here. Look, everyone's watching it.
or listening?
Here we go. Question 2. If you answer the first part of this question, you then have to answer the second part of this question.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
How many major championships has Rory
4.
McIlroy? Okay. I want the tournaments he's won and the years he won them.
Oh my goodness me. So he's won the Open. He won that at Royal Liverpool in.
Not the date, just the
Just
year.
a year, just a year.
I've got this, man.
Oh, he's going to do you if you don't get it.
If you get it wrong, I'm doing you.
And you're also giving him information that if you don't get it all right, he's going to use whatever information you provide.
You could pass, and then give it to me, and then if I get it wrong, you will get it right.
Yeah, but you
You think he's going to get it right? Okay, come on, hurry up.
I'm going to have to spitball it because I don't know.
Okay.
The Open 2013.
No,
Okay. Come on.
that's incorrect.
Well, it's incorrect. So
Okay, yeah, so
That's incorrect.
that
Right.
one's incorrect. Kieran, go.
I could tell you what he's won, but I don't know the years.
Open 2014.
Correct.
The US Open 2011.
Correct.
The US PGA 2012 and 20
Dun, dun,
um,
dun, 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 dun.
14.
Yes, correct.
Well done.
Yeah.
That was very good.
That was
'Cause he won the Open and the PGA in the same year.
I could have done the ones he'd won.
the tournaments,
I don't know the
not
years.
the years. Yeah. Okay.
Because he was Nike for the second win.
Yeah.
Just
good.
to let you know, right.
That's 2014, by the way.
I'm looking directly down this camera. I hope it's still recording. The reason we're doing this Rory McIlroy quiz is because Kieran wanted to win.
So if he
He
does
said,
win,
I really liked that quiz we did last time. Can we do a Rory McIlroy one so that I can beat Jack? So if he's winning,
Rory's my favorite.
there we go. I suggested doing a Hereford versus Dorset quiz.
I suggested a Tommy Fleetwood quiz.
Yeah, well, we'll do Fleetwood next time.
Also, we forgot to say play along at home as well. Like,
Okay,
I hope
here we
you're
go.
playing along.
Question 3. In what year did Rory McIlroy turn professional? Comment below if you know the answer before these jokers.
2009.
Incorrect.
2008.
2007. What was the
I thought you were right.
What was the name and year of Rory McIlroy's first PGA Tour victory?
It was the Welsh Fargo.
The Welsh Fargo.
Wells Fargo, sorry.
It was the Welsh Fargo, was
Sorry.
it?
Wells Fargo.
Lots of mountains, beautiful mountains, bit of rain,
Round
sheep.
Conway Golf Club.
The Welsh Fargo.
Wells Fargo 2010.
That is correct.
Holy
Sugar biscuits.
Sugar biscuits.
No. Do you remember the putt? And he's like, "Welcome to the big time, Rory McIlroy."
Yeah, I remember it, but
That was one of
Mate,
the
that's
first times.
very
That's
impressive.
absurd. Okay, here we go.
he was up last night.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. How many times has Rory McIlroy won the European Tour's race to Dubai? Dun, dun.
2?
Incorrect.
1.
Incorrect. 3. 2012, 2014,
3.
and 2015. Well done if you got that without Googling it. Here we go. Again, if you answer the first part, you have to answer the second part. What was Rory McIlroy's highest world ranking?
1.
How many weeks did he hold it for? A total.
84.
Incorrect.
58.
His world ranking was 58.
No,
That's incorrect.
No. World number 1, 58 weeks.
That's also incorrect. He was world number 1, and he held it for a total of 106 weeks.
Do I get nearest to?
No, you
Can I
don't.
just say as well that it's the Honda Classic this week, and that's where he first became world number 1. Just as another.
You don't get extra points for sucking up to the quizmaster.
I remember watching it. That was when he.
You remember, do you?
Yes, when he became world number 1.
Right.
Isn't that also where what's his name from Good hold out on the
Matt, yeah.
It's Matt Sharf, yeah. On the bear trap, like literally one of the
16th?
16th, one of the hardest
Par
stretch
threes.
of holes
Well, stretch hole, yeah. But
on the PGA Tour.
And we'll put this out as a formal challenge to Good. If you want to come to the UK
Take us on.
and take us on, we'll gladly take 10 shots off you each
Yeah.
and play you in a team versus team. Do you reckon Pete beats any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good match.
I think he beats 2 of them, 3 of them.
I reckon all but
Luke.
Garrett.
I was going to say Luke.
Okay, yeah, maybe Luke. Yeah.
Luke it'll be a tight one. If
I don't think
Pete's
he's big
on,
Yeah.
he's very, very close to those
Yeah,
guys.
I think actually Garrett's. Yeah, I reckon he could beat Garrett. I don't. The match against Luke would be an unreal match.
Okay, so let's organise it. Let's make it happen. Good. Come to the UK, or we'll fly out to wherever you are on a moment's notice. Question 7. What was the name of the course where Rory McIlroy won his first major championship?
Are you just like letting me have a chat? Like,
I'm just trying to think.
so it was it was PGA or US.
US Open,
No.
He won by 8 shots.
2011. It's in 2011.
I want to say. Oh my god.
Oak Hill.
No.
Olympic.
No.
What is it?
Congressional. Congressional Country Club in Bethesda, Maryland. In what year did Rory McIlroy win his first PGA championship? And then I'm going to ask you for the course.
2012.
Correct.
Kiowa Island.
Correct. In South Carolina. Well done. That was an easy one. See, look, the AI doesn't get the questions perfect every time. How many times has Rory McIlroy won the FedEx Cup, and in what
3.
years? That's technically correct. However,
that is correct.
However, this quiz only notes 2 of them, so its knowledge is not as up to date as we think it is.
Right.
So this has got 16 and 19. But
And
didn't you also
2022.
win it? Yeah, you also won it last year.
Yeah.
So AI, you're messing me up here. And question 10, which I probably should have replaced. At which course did Rory McIlroy win his Open Championship?
Royal Liverpool.
Correct. And the winner is the viewers at home.
Yes, as always. That was tight. Do you know what? I reckon that's tight.
Yeah, no.
I reckon that's tight
Those last
towards the
two
end.
might have pulled me back into
Yeah,
it.
I reckon that's tight.
Well, look,
That was good fun. I enjoyed
very,
it.
very, very good.
I love quizzes.
All the. Sorry about that. All that remains to be said is thank you for watching and thank you for listening. And we promise that next time we will have our Preston leader.
Our captain.
The
Our
captain.
captain will
Yeah.
be back.
Captain.
But yeah, please make sure
Okay.
you subscribe.
Someone stand on the desk and say, no, don't.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
No, don't do it. You'll break
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah.
Subscribe to all the stuff, main channel, Swing Quest, Rough Cut Golf. And please, if you are so inclined, join the Discord channel. Lots of great chat going on there. And we will see you there and we will see you here for the next episode.
Yes, we
episode
will.
11.
Double
And
digits now.
where we'll hear about...
Big episode. Big episode next week. I
Big.
reckon. Big episode.
Well, we're going to hear all about Pete's trip.
100%. Right.
See you later.
See you later,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
See you later.
Bye.